warming up real quick. invited to sit in on a blues jam, and you know how much blues I've played professionally? So, I'm going to be doing a bunch of these backing tracks just to get comfortable do it. I don't know if they're all 1-4-5. I know that's a really common blues progression. I think I'm going to take out my Strat. This is my vintage Strat. This is a 1984, well 80s, mid 80s, made in America Strat. Alright, let's do another backing track. This is in B. Very nice. Alright, let me see. What's up, Nick? I got invited to sit in this Friday at a blues jam. I've never done blues, so this is like, I'm kind of nervous, but these are how I grow. Oh, thanks, Ben. I feel like a fish out of water, so thank you. I'm just going on I'm on YouTube looking at backing tracks in the style of blues and just trying to fumble my way through it, get used to the progressions, and also what I'm gonna do. Is that a player Strat? This is a vintage Strat. This is, and I say vintage, if you're older, like over the age of 40, you'll laugh. But this is like a mid 80s. This this is an 80. If you run the serial number, all it says is 84 to 87. So I claim that it's an 84 because then that means it's 10 years older than me. Thanks, Nick. My buddy who invited me, he's one of the best guitarists I know. So if he feels comfortable enough having me on stage, then it'll be great. You know, it's just imposter syndrome. All right, let's see. We're in what? In E? Is that what it is? My wife must be home or something. Hey! Hey! Shh! What up? I'm just doing some improv, trying to learn some blues. Yeah, I feel like I got a good understanding of scales. It's just a matter of blues is like all 1-4-5. I don't really know what to play over it. I'm used to doing like weird stuff. Like I'd be more comfortable doing jazz than blues, but that's okay. I just need to strip it back and just feel it. You listen to anything like this? Will steal this? What you mean? What's up, Vinyl Wayne? Wait, is this my Wayne? Alright, let's do another blues track. Oh, hell yeah, what's up, Wayne? Y'all make sure to follow Wayne. He owns a local vinyl shop right down the road from me. Wayne, I'm doing a blues sit-in at the Joint Friday, so I gotta build up my, my blues repertoire. You think rock? Yeah, I started off with rock, which rock is really just a lot of blues. I'll see you, Wayne. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. I need to come stop by. Yeah, I started off doing a lot of rock. Rock is my background, but I grew up in Biloxi, so I'm no stranger to the blues. And I also do a lot of like a lot of Leonard Skinner, which is like southern rock. You ever visit with Facebook? You want to look at my guitar collection? It's kind of thin. I'm a gear queer. I love collecting gear. I've got 3 Strats. One I built. One is like an American Lux, and then this is like the American Lux of the 80s. This is a step down from the custom shop. Then I have a Strandberg, which is a headless Telecaster. I have a Tele that I built, a custom shop Tele, or not custom shop Tele, a boutique Tele. And the guitar company for that one is Augusta Guitars. Then I have a Heritage H150 Les Paul, black. See you, Nicholas. And then I have an 8-string guitar by Agile, Schecter Demon 7, a 7-string, because I'll rip a 7 every now and then. And then I have 3 Brinson guitars in my studio right now. I have a 2 Jazz Masters and the Tele that I showed in the last video that I posted. Then I have a bass, and I have a nylon, the Tim Henson nylon, but for me it's just like a Telecaster that's a nylon. Then I have a Seagull acoustic. I have an Epiphone acoustic. That was my first acoustic guitar ever, but it stays in her case. I need to get her set up and fixed. And then my number 1 guitar is my Gibson Les Paul. It's a traditional Pro 5. And then this is the 80s Strat. I don't know what an EC1000 is. What was that, LTD? Yeah, Agiles are really good. No, I haven't really bonded with an LTD, to be honest. I'm a fan of the classics, man. 30-second interval. Sounds so good. Nah. Yeah, I prefer, like, I've played an LTD. Because it's like on paper, just buying stuff on paper, it looks great. It's you know they have great materials. They're made super shreddy. It's just in the hand, I haven't really bonded with it. I played a gold top. I don't know the price point for LTD. This one's like 1100, so I don't know if that's mid range, high end, or what for LTD. But yeah, I'd rather save up and get a Gibson, get a used Gibson. But all of the necks that I prefer, because really we're neck players, right? I don't really the only guitar I have that's really a big beefy baseball bat neck is my Heritage. That's because the Heritage is like modeled after a 59 Les Paul, and all 59 Les Pauls have like a really big neck. Well, let's see. Let's start learning some standards. My buddy did send me a playlist, so we're gonna go through it. Let's see if I can find a backing track for this. Man, they had me until they actually started playing it. Let's see. Here's someone playing it live. I'll just jump in with them. Get out of my life, woman. Chord chart. Just so I can see where they're going. Get out of my life, woman. Oh, the original is in C, apparently. I like Stevie Ray Vaughan, yeah. I've been learning his I've been learning some of his stuff. I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan's keyboardist play last night. He was amazing. He does some twists on there though. Let me see if I can find the actual backing track then. Get out of my life, woman. Get out. Down. I own it already. then what? Now Jaws 1000 is what? Is a nice one. Hold on. What is y'all's dream guitar you're saving to? My dream guitar is a Gibson Les Paul 58, but I'm saving for an Ibanez. Oh, the AZ series is sick. Benjamin. What's y'all's? I want a really nice hollow body. I don't know what kind though. Yeah, I think personally, like, I gotta tell myself that I love my collection right now because I'm someone who loves to spend money, and right now I quit my job in December to pursue music, and right now I'm breaking even and saving a little bit of money, so I gotta be careful with my gas. I gotta pump the brakes a little bit, but I think if I had it my way, I would probably consider trading my Heritage H150 for either a Heritage 335 or like a Gibson 339. I would love to have a semi hollow. That's about the only thing that's missing in my collection is a semi hollow. I have a Telly that's a semi hollow. That's about it. Yeah, I got the vintage out today. I'm probably gonna play it. And as I was telling everybody else, I'm learning some blues because I got invited to sit in on Friday. I'll see you, Ben. Agile. Hold on. Let me see what this model is. Agile makes really good guitars. It's just their resale value. So if you can get it used, let's see. Agile AS 1000 CSV. I had no idea Agile made it semi hollow. Bro, it's $319 on Reverb. Wow. I wonder if they huh. Whoa, dude, the Agile Harm 1 toast is so sick. $400. It looks like a Rickenbacker, or however you say it. And they're made in Korea. These are really good instruments. I don't understand why they're so cheap. This one has like the. Let me see. It's been. I bought this. Rondo Music. I used to have a custom 7-string. I don't know if you remember when they did custom shops. You're at least happy with it? I mean, dude, when you look at the cost of this versus like a Gibson 335, the only thing about Gibson though is that if you get them used and if you get a good deal on them, they're really good investments. And I say that as like some people might think that guitars are not investments. If you're buying a brand new guitar, that's probably one of the worst things you can do because the moment you buy it new, it's worth, you know, what, at least 20% less than what you just paid for it. But especially in today's economy, maybe I'll make a video talking about this. I have probably invested, I don't know if I should say this on camera, but I have, the amount of money that I have invested, I have almost tripled by having cash. Cash is king, and buying used locally. It's amazing what you can find when you go looking. One of my favorite things to do is to go to pawn shops. I went to a pawn shop. I bought this Heritage H150. This guitar, brand new, is $2,700. I paid $1,150 for it. The guy was asking $1,400, and I was like, man, I won't pay $1,400, but I'll give you $1,000 cash right now. He's like, how about $1,150 out the door? And I was like, done. And he gave me like a free leather strap to go with it. So, and I could sell this guitar. I got someone interested in buying it for $2,000. So that would be like, you know, $850 profit right there. But I don't know if I want to sell it because I love it. My only problem was that I can't keep it in tune, man. It's like a real Gibson. It doesn't want to stay in tune. My real Gibson Les Paul, that's probably my most stable guitar. That and my Telly. Yeah. The only thing with it is they're not really good investments. I mean, I guess if you buy it used, then you'll probably get what you put out of it. And a lot of people, it's like you either know how good Agile is, or you're like, I don't want to knock off. But for a player, absolutely, man, you're probably right. That's probably the way to go. I'm just a sucker for nice guitars. That's my downfall. That's my downfall. And I'm kind of a headstock junkie. But I love boutique guitars too. I love, like the Brinson guitars that I have in here are top notch. Seriously. Let me make sure this is the Ibanez that I think it is. I know the AZ model. Their naming culture just kills me though. AZ2402. Okay, I was thinking, yeah, I almost bought one of these. I was so like I was on the fence between this and a Strandberg, and I ended up going Strandberg. Um, Dude, I think these are workhorses. I think that these are some of the best guitars because you get a really flat radius. I actually just got rid of two of my Ibanez's. I had a made in Japan RG, and then I had an Indonesian Axion label with an HSH Fishman configuration, and I traded both of those. Did I trade two? No, I traded three guitars. I traded those two guitars and a Gibson SG Tribute for I got a sick Strat. I got a really expensive Strat out of it. But all of the Ibanez stuffs are really good. I really enjoy the fretboard radiuses. That was probably my favorite thing. Dude, they're sick. If especially I would keep your eye on Sweetwater. On Sweetwater, if you go to their gear demos, like let me show you. Let me show you a guitar. Let me show you my most played guitar last year. I played 14 shows with this guitar last year. So let me just give you a little motivation. So I was on the fence. I was on the fence between Strandberg and Ibanez. And I go on, I'm on Sweetwater right now. So let me see if there's actually any deals. If you go to the deals tab and if you go to demos and then go to guitars, if I see anything good, I'll flip my camera around and I'll show you. But let's see. Let's go to, I'll look at, first let me look at Strandberg and then I'll look at Ibanez. Oof, they got a good deal on a Saline Jazz, which is one I wanted to get, but not good enough for me to bite. About $234 off. I got this one $700 off, and let me show you why in a second. Let me check Ibanez real quick for you, just to see if there's any good deals on Ibanez. You can get $200 off the black SSS AZ. Let me see if there's any more, and then I'll explain to you. Oh, they got a George Benson on sale, but it's only $120 off. That's nothing too crazy. All right, so there's nothing on here right now that'll make me jump. But if you want a really good deal, they do have a black one that's $120 off. And the black one looks sick. But all right, here's some motivation, bro. So this guitar, let me pull it up so I can actually give you actual numbers. This is a Strandberg Saline Deluxe. I think, yeah, they're 2,400. They're 2,349 is what this retails for, right? I paid, I think, 1,600 for this. And the reason I got $700 off on this guitar because there is a ding here, a ding here, and the back had some scratches on it. Dude, I got this and I was like, bro, where's the ding? Like if you buy a brand new guitar at Guitar Center, they're in worse condition than this, charging brand new prices. So I got this guitar. I could literally flip this guitar and make like $400 or $500, but I won't because I love this guitar. I need to put new strings on it. I'm a string junkie. Once I get to a certain spot, I'm like, not for me. Maybe I'll do that for Friday. Maybe I'll bring this out instead of my Strat. But let me talk to you about this. Let me sell you on Strandberg. I think if you get the Ibanez, I was in the same boat as you. I almost bought the Ibanez, but I got this because for a couple of reasons. One, this is the single coil edition. But for Strandbergs, what's so cool is like, yeah, you know, the headless thing throws people off at first. But one, it's a Telecaster, so any Telecaster you can drop them from outer space and they'll stay in tune. Strandbergs are even more so. Like Strandbergs are the most stable guitars I've ever played. This one is semi-hollow, so it gets some really cool overtones, and it weighs 4.5 pounds. So I can literally play this guitar all damn day without my back killing me. I went ahead and I bought the Strandberg Strat too. If you're gonna get a Strandberg, buy the Strat, because Strandberg guitars, the ergonomics of them are so weird that a normal Strat, like I've owned 3 Strandbergs so far, and this is the only one that I'm keeping in my collection. Because a Strandberg is like a Gibson. Not all Gibsons are created equal. Not all Strandbergs are created equal. But when you find your Strandberg or your Gibson, you know your guitar player. It's like your baby, right? And this one it is that for me. But the headless design, it really helps out a ton, man. The scale link too, it's multi-linked. So what that means is from hold on, let me sell him on Strandberg, because if he's thinking about Ibanez, you really can't go wrong with either. But I am just really passionate about this guitar. The scale length so on the lower string is 25.5, but as you go down it's 25. So the tension is just like. So good, and it's super flat. This is I think the radius on this is like 16.9 inches with stainless steel frets, and then it has the Strandberg Endura neck. This neck has bird's eye maple on it, and it has 2 strips of carbon fiber. So the neck is just so stable. Like if I could literally leave this in a case, take it all around the country, and I won't have any issues with humidity. Now, on the older models, they used to roast the necks, but on this one, they no longer roast them. So, but that's not a deal breaker for me. It's not that big of a deal. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna tell you with a roasted neck, and all my Brinson guitars are sick. All right, let me catch up. Shredsaurus, sweet name, bro. I keep my Agile as the one in my collection. I think I'm getting my eyes on the Super Strat though. Okay, well, if you want... Charlie, stop! Sorry, he's got a cone on, and I heard him scratching. He just got surgery on his ear last week. Super Strat's still a great way. Just now that you've heard me out, just look into Strandbergs and see if there's anything that catches your eye. If you're gonna go the single coil route, I'll show you the Super Strat I just traded for. But Fishman pickups are literally the best, man. You can't beat Fishman pickups. So whatever you end up getting, if you stay with the single coils, throw some Fishman Fluence pickups in there and thank me later. They're amazing. They're just expensive, but you get like 2 sets of pickups in one. The only downside to the Sailing is that I cannot put Fishman Fluence pickups in it, unfortunately, because the configuration is different than a typical Tele. So that's a downside for me, but everything else is great. I thought about putting a Seymour Duncan hot rails in here, or the DiMarzio one. I don't know if I will though. We'll see. All right, so exercises for getting your scales really clean. Getting used to this multi-scale. So there's a really good I have a Patreon, so if you really want If you really want the tabs for everything I'm about to show you, they're already available on my Patreon. You can create a free account for 7 days. You don't even have to join, and you can download them all. So if you're interested in getting the content, do that. I don't care. Yeah, it's a lot of time. That is the trick. But I'm gonna show you some exercises. So we're gonna play in the key of G major. So if you don't know your fretboard, step one is to start memorizing your fretboard, because that's only gonna pay dividends. That's like learning. Like, it's really hard to write English when you don't understand grammar, right? So if you can study a little bit of grammar, it goes a long way. So study your fretboard, and only study one key. So study C major if you haven't already. And the reason why it's a great key is we call it the college key, right? So in C major, everything is natural. So you need to know where A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And then you need to do that for all strings. So D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. And do that for all strings until you really get it down. And I believe in doing one string at a time horizontally, because sometimes you'll get stuck in like, oh yeah, I know C major, and you only know it in that position. But because there's two aspects to really answer your question. There's the theory aspect of like understanding what you're playing and really dissecting what you're doing. Then the second aspect is the mechanical. So I'm gonna show you some mechanical exercises. First step is to memorize the fretboard. And really, if you don't know C major, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There it is. Now memorize it and find it on the fretboard, right? So now let's talk about the mechanical thing. Really, the thing that holds most guitarists back is their right hand. A lot of guitar players, we put so much emphasis on our left hand that our right hand kind of gets left in the dust, right? So the first thing I would recommend is doing some subdividing exercises. So pull up a metronome and just do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. You should have like immediate control of your right hand where you can subdivide and you not have to think about it. For me, the area that really tripped me up the longest was triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You hear how it's got that ta 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 ta. It just sounds like you can vibe to it. Well, the really challenging part is that the downbeat is on 1, up. Yeah, and what NS is saying, I studied that video so much. That's been like my Bible for like 10 years now. And then the next thing that I would do is one of the exercises from John Petrucci's book. So it goes like this. And then do legato. I need to clean that up. Have you seen the what's his name? Is it Rory something Gallagher? Rory Gallagher? The alternate picking course. That was another one that changed my playing lately that I've basically been revisiting. What is his name? The alternate picking like super course that just about everybody referenced. Like, I was asking some of my friends who were shredders, like, hey, what changed your game? And they recommended this one guy, and I can't think of his name right now. Let me see. Alternate picking. Where is this guy? Why is he not the top one? It's like Rory something, I think. How to pick faster on guitar. Troy Grady. Troy Grady is who I was thinking of. Yeah, Paul Gilbert has a lot of good ones too. Like, and then he like gets it blazing. Yeah, he's a beast. Well, if you like the way I teach, maybe I'll put out a video on it on skill exercises for developing technique because it's all technique. Like my biggest when I first understood, like let me open up the fretboard for you. So let's say that and this is what my I'm doing a webinar tomorrow, and this is what we're going to talk about. So far in my webinar series, we've been studying diatonic chords. So we've been looking at C major. The diatonic chords are C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G dominant 7, A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, and C major 7. And then we've been doing like the arpeggio studies. So, and all of this is on the Patreon, and you can find it anywhere. It's just a matter of if you want to invest in studying or with me or whatnot. But so if you take that idea, what we're going to look at is the 1, the 4, and the 5, because the 1, 4, and 5 of any key opens up the entire fretboard for you, and I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Sure. Yeah, let me finish out this thought though, and then I will, because it'll apply to whatever you're doing. So we're just going to stay in the key of C major because C makes sense to study. On guitar, you're mainly going to be playing in the key of like E, E minor, G major, A major, B minor, D major, right? Because these are where people sing the most comfortable. However, we're going to look at C major. The 4th of C is F major, and the 5th is G major, G dominant, if you want to look at the 7th, right? So here's how this opens up the fretboard. So most guitar players are like, okay, we're in C. If we look at the relative minor is A. So that means if I'm in the key of C, all the notes from A minor pentatonic or C major pentatonic, depending on where you start and stop, because really, there's no difference between major and minor. The difference is where we're putting emphasis. If I'm putting emphasis on the 6, then I'm telling you I'm in the minor key. If I am just playing straight from the 7, and hitting the 5 and doing all that, then I'm telling you I'm major, right? So, and I'll prove it to you. Here's A minor pentatonic. Here's C major pentatonic. All it depends is where I'm putting emphasis. And you can do it in different positions. You can go... Oh... I can do it in different positions, but at the end of the day, A minor pentatonic and C major pentatonic are the same scale. Just a matter of where am I putting emphasis, where am I stopping, where am I going, right? So we're going to use this A minor pentatonic hand shape because everybody knows it. So if I'm there, if I'm in the 5th position, then I can stay there. If I move up and this is if the chords are like C major or A minor, we can use that. All those notes are going to sound good, right? And this is just a template for you to practice with. Now, if I want to slide up and I'm at the 8th position, well, a lot of people know this major scale pattern. Or you can do the pentatonic pattern here. If I'm in the 10th position, now here's where things get really interesting, right? So remember I said the 4? Well, the 4 is F. So if I can put my pinky on F on the low E string, where my pointer finger falls, which is just happens to be D, D minor pentatonic fits in the key of F, or in the key of C, because F major and C major are so close. The only thing that's different is that you have a flat 7, or a B flat in F, whereas in C major it's a B natural. But the fun thing, and I'll do this when I'm composing, is that a B in C major is a half diminished, so it's going to sound like this. But if all I do is change the B to a B flat, now I have a B flat major 7. So these are like really cool things that you can use for songwriting. But to strip it things back, the D minor pentatonic, which is F major's relative minor, it fits in the key of C. All the notes are legal. So you can go, and all that works in C. Now, go into the 5th, G. G is very close to C major. The only thing that's different in G major instead of C is that the F is F sharp in G major. But because we're in C, we have F natural. So as long as you don't play F, you're legal. So here's the thing. We put our pinky on G, which is the 15th fret. Our pointer finger lines up on the 12th fret. Now we have E minor pentatonic. And guess what? All the notes in E minor pentatonic are legal in C. Just not all notes sound good. Like, we really got to watch this B major. So let me kind of bring this all together. One, let's just look at all the notes on the fretboard, because now we know enough that we can play from the nut, from the open position up really to the end, whatever the last fret is on the guitar. So keep in mind, that started off on the 15th fret. If I drop this down an octave, we start on the 3rd fret, everything repeats past the 12th fret, right? So if I want to play in the open position, I'm thinking E minor pentatonic or G major pentatonic. Now guess what? If I slide up to the 5th fret, A minor pentatonic. Then we came up here, we said we can do minor pentatonic if I want to play at the 8th fret. And then if I want to slide up to the 10th fret, now I can play D minor pentatonic. And then all I gotta do is repeat. And you just unlock the fretboard. So anytime you hear me improvising, I'm thinking that way, because I learned a lot of guitar from really the blues and rock. Like, rock uses the minor pentatonic all the time. So does blues. John Mayer, every John Mayer song. All that is C sharp minor pentatonic, right? But here's how you can make it sound like you know what you're doing, and you can fool people. When you go to solo, think of what I just said, but limit yourself to not touch the bottom 2 strings. So if I am playing in A minor, I can go. Now people think, oh man, he's unlocked the fretboard. He can play anything in that key. It's crazy. That's how I unlock the fretboard, for me at least. I hope that helps and at least gives you some inspiration. What's the song? The New Cannon Rock? I don't know where to pull this up from or who composed it. But I hope that helps, man. That piece of information right there opened up the fretboard for me and really made all of it make a lot of sense. And then again, it's just a matter of studying your fretboard and really knowing what you're playing, and consciously playing. The New Canon Rock by Matt Rock. All right, this is pretty similar to who am I thinking of? What is his name? Canon Rock by Jerry C. Jerry C was really really big. Yeah, I agree, and especially the whole topic of secondary dominance will open will put you in different places. Um, Ines, I'm really curious what your background is. I'm a music production student. You getting it? You getting more tappy soon? Yeah, biggest thing you need to study is rhythm, brother. Rhythm is more important than note choicing, in my opinion. You can play the wrong notes with the right rhythm, and people will believe it. But you play the right notes with the wrong rhythm, and nobody will listen to you. It's a funny little thing that I've noticed in my own playing. I can play the all the wrong notes, but let me tell you something. If I play it in the right rhythm, it's believable. It's jazz. It's improv. But if I play all the wrong note or all the right notes with the wrong rhythm, that boy got no rhythm. Yeah, I don't know that next part yet. Tapping is learning how to use tapping in a musical sense is but learning how to tap is again rhythm. But even then, like I'm thinking about diatonic C major, right? So this is C G. Then I can go up to A. That's the sixth. Then I can go up to the seventh. That's the B. Go back up to the octave, which is C. Then if I want to change it up, make it sound minor. But you just gotta think intervallically, or thinking of intervals. What are you trying to do with it? And then, like for me, when I tap, I mainly tap on the B string. I B and the E. Or if I'm playing Gojira, then I'm up here. My back is killing me, Yeah, but I need to play this Now that you've got me to take a break from it, I need to play this Get Out of My Life Woman song again. I got a blues gig Friday. I haven't played a single blues song in my life. I'll see you, brother. Hey, feel free to join the Patreon for free and download all that stuff I talked about, man. I got some good exercise on there. If you're really interested in studying this stuff further, you can get it all for free. Get out of my way, woman. Those are cool inversions, man. I've played with Zach before. I did a sit-in with him with jazz. It was my first time ever playing jazz. And I remember because I can read a chart, but I can't read a chart like this man. This man, like, he doesn't believe in playing, like, the lower string. So it might be my benefit to actually be like... Oh, what do I do? Yeah, I do. I have it on my objective to learn crossroads. I went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. Let me see. Alright, let's see. I'm not gonna get monetized on this anyway, so I might as well. Know what I mean? Bada boom, bada bing! YouTube's got me spoiled, man. I've been on TikTok and Reddit for the last, 3 years doing all this, live streaming and content creation, and I've never made, hardly anything for my videos how I have coming over on YouTube. And it's not that this is all about money, right? But at the end of the day, as a musician, it's like, you start making a little bit of money, and it's like, whoa, you can do this here? But on these live streams, anytime I play covers, it zaps it. But I don't care. It's just fun. But on my videos, I have to be so careful. I'm like, I don't want to get struck. What chord is that? Oh, like a D7? That's just a weird way of doing a D7. I haven't used that voicing before. I went down to the crossroads. I just want to hear what he's doing here. Oh yeah, you get used to it though, dude. You get used to it. Dude, if you're a musician, YouTube, you make good money on it. You really do. I'll be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'll study that. He's doing a lot of like minor pentatonic, but he's doing the cool thing about that is he's adding in that. So he's doing a lot of C sharp. So what is that? A sharp 1? Yeah. Yeah, think about it as, I mean, you're a musician. I would assume you've played live based on the way you've talked. And even if you haven't, it's not like playing live is like a prerequisite for doing these videos. But it's like public speaking. The first couple of times you do it is weird, and then you just get used to it, man. You just get used to it. And it's just like having a conversation. The way you talk to me right here, just imagine you do it, like imagine the shoes being flipped, you know? It's not that big of a deal. But the upside is that, like, I wish I would have done YouTube a lot faster or a lot sooner. But it's good because I've been doing TikTok for a while, and I started off on Reddit. Reddit is the first platform I ever live streamed on. On Reddit, I played in front of 35 million people in my bedroom. That's insane. But then Reddit killed RPAN, and when Reddit killed RPAN, I went to TikTok. And I was on TikTok for like 2 years at this point. And I decided in December to start putting time, because I had some friends who were doing YouTube who were telling me, like, hey, if you're serious about building a business, you should really consider being on YouTube. And it's really a great platform because, one, I've networked with so many great people, and just meeting everybody. I mean, like you included, you know, hanging out with you. And on two, it's like when you put yourself out there. Sorry, my dog was making noises. When you put yourself out there, one or two things is going to happen. Either nobody's going to see it and it doesn't matter, or people will rally behind you and support you. Because I'm open and honest, you know. Anytime you guys come on here and ask questions, I talk about it, and it's not like I say, like, for example, the guy who was on here earlier asking guitar questions. You know, I wasn't like, hey, well, you got to buy my Patreon course. No, well, I'll talk about it. And the whole idea is that the business model that I live by, because you have to think like a business. If you don't think like a business, then you're just doing it for fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people that do it for fun, but just know that if you want to, like, as a musician, if you're trying to build out the business of you, like, what I hope happens from this is, one, I keep growing views, because every time I get views, right now on my channel, I'll average anywhere from, God, it depends on the video. My Tollmaster Pro videos average about $4 to $7 per 1,000 views. On the video where I talk about business, it'll pay, like, I think I was getting, my CPM on is like $15 an hour. I did a live stream where it was just me playing my acoustic guitar. My CPM on that is like, I think $76 per 1,000 views. Just to give you an idea. Now, to get monetized is the process. I did it quick. You know, I've only been on here in November, and I'm already monetized, and I'm about to break 1,300 subs, if I haven't already. And the other thing, too, is, like, just to give you numbers for a musician, I came on here, and my platform is to teach, because I love to teach, but then also just showcase who I am as a musician with hopes that this gets me work and gets me clients, you know, because that's, at the end of the day, it's what I'm doing it for. Like, I love teaching, but I also am trying to do this full time and pay my bills with music. And for me, social media is going to be a huge platform, because all of the work I've gotten as a professional musician has been through TikTok. So I'm like, okay, if TikTok can bring me clients, and what I mean by clients is I worked with 2 country artists, and both country artists are in my town or in my area, South Carolina, and they found me from TikTok, or another forum page that I'm active on. And then I got paid to record a solo on some rap record, which is way out of my comfort zone, but I got paid to do what I love. So social media can open up doors for you. It's the best place to be if you're not already touring. Because I have a friend, let me give you another case story. My buddy, and you can look him up, Allen. Tim Allen. He was playing in the Nashville music scene, and he went all in on Instagram and TikTok. And this band called Landco, you can look them up, picked him up. So he was on TikTok for about a year and built up a presence showcasing what he was doing in the country world. Landco reached out to him. A month later, he played the Grand Ole Opry. So just know that this is like a real place to get visibility. This is like the modern equivalent of like getting a record deal in the 70s and 80s. Um, but also you got to figure out what you're, and I'm writing a book on this. If you're interested, it's coming. But what I'm learning is you got to figure out what you're trying to do. All Tim was trying to do was to get work. So all he did, his whole thing was showcasing him playing. He's a phenomenal player, but he wasn't getting the visibility of some of like my educational videos that talked about, what's a major scale, how to record, how to use an interface, how to mic a room. But that wasn't his goal. Wasn't to build. Well, he did get more students because of it, but that it all depends what you're trying to do. I think it's got to be both. I think it's got to be both because NS. I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but give me some data. I'm assuming you saw one of my Tollmaster Pro videos, you liked them, you subscribed to me, then you notice I went live, and you spent at this point in time. We've probably spent like what 10 hours together, so you know me. At least like you do know me because who I am on camera is who I am off camera. I'm just even more goofy. Um, so I would say you got to do both. But I am also comfortable being live. There's a lot of people, like a lot of my friends, they make fun of online guitar players because they never play live. There is a big rift between live musicians and online musicians. I'm kind of like that weird hybrid of where I'll do both. It's just like I'm not playing live all the time, so I'm playing online when I can, and I hope online leads to more live playing. Um, so it just depends if you're comfortable doing that. Not all musicians are comfortable playing live and jumping on here. Because the other thing you got to get used to is I can't tell you how many live streams I've had where 0 people are watching. But I don't care. It's like, well, I'm practicing. I'm just going to throw on the camera and hang out with people while I practice. That's how I view these live streams. It's not always, and sometimes I'll do like on my tools day. Yeah, I have a set list and I'm working my way through. But for the most part, it's just me chilling and chatting. Like you guys are watching me learn blues today and talking all things guitar. So it just depends. Like what I would really recommend you do is sit down and think about, okay, like build a dream sheet. Like you're a fellow musician. Okay, well, what is it what would be the best case scenario that I get out of here? If you're looking, because then you can plan accordingly. Like if all you want is a lot of visibility and attention, go to TikTok. TikTok, I have multiple videos that have over 100,000 views on TikTok, and I grew really really fast on TikTok. Like I think I'm at like 10,400 some odd subscribers in a short amount of time. But if your goal is to make the switch to professional musician, I've been on TikTok for 2 years. I think I've made a total of about 4 grand on TikTok. I cannot bring my viewers off of TikTok to support me in other areas. The coolest experience I had is I had one guy who watched me all the time on TikTok Live. He came to one of my concerts or one of my shows and showed up. That's the coolest thing I've had happen from TikTok. Well, I've met a lot of great people too. And like I said, I got work from TikTok. But on the platform itself, if I put out a video and that video blows up and gets 100,000 views, I make $0 on TikTok. I might just grow by like 100 subscribers or 100 followers. But on YouTube, on the flip side, if I put out a short and it blows up, you can make serious money. See? Exactly. That's how you found me. So you can see how I throw how I play the game. Because it is a game. At the end of the day, it is a game. You just got to figure out if you're going to be a player in it. Or, you just got to figure out what you want to do with it. But I will say that YouTube, the thing that I'm finding on YouTube is that on TikTok, everybody wants short form content. So a lot of people, and now I live stream a lot on TikTok. Now, the difference is that if I go live stream on TikTok, I will have about 20 people watching me the whole time. And when I first go live, there'll be about 250 people in here. But the thing that is deterring me from TikTok is that nobody wants to go deep. So the difference is that you've already watched my videos. So you've already spent, God knows, like if you watched all my Tollmaster Pro videos, there's 27 videos out. The average length is like 12 minutes. So what is that? 27 times 12 is 324. 324 divided by 60. That's 5.5 hours that an average viewer who watches the whole playlist has spent with me. Okay, so what is that? How does that translate different from TikTok? TikTok is just scrolling. They really don't give a damn about you. I would say out of the 10,400 some odd followers I have, probably 50 of them actually care about me and reach out to me, or really about 20, 25, I would say 25. But those 25 people are like my biggest supporters and my biggest cheerleaders. So I don't want to downplay that because at the end of the day, I prefer to call it like it's a friend base, not a fan base. That's how I want everybody who follows me and supports me. That's that relationship that I want. I don't want just eyeballs for eyeballs. I'd much rather have 10 people who are all in on what I'm doing than 100,000 people who give a shit less, you know? But that's the game that I play. Those are the choices that I make different. So the reason why I came over here to on YouTube is because everybody who's like, you've already watched some of my videos. You already know where my headspace is. You vibe with that, so you follow me. And now, whenever I go live, if you're free, we have real interactions in the comment section back and forth. That's completely different than somebody who's just playing guitar and doesn't really care. All he sees is numbers coming in and maybe a tip here and there. So, I don't know. Hopefully that gives you some inspiration and at least like some clarity too. Because if you just want to know my numbers, ask. You know, because I'm in it. Because what I hope happens from this, NS, and I don't know if you've told me your name, but what I hope happens from this is that you get inspired. I give you information. I give you data. You get inspired. You go do something, whatever it is that you want to do. As you learn new things that are working for you, come back and report back to me because I'll tell you what's working on my end. And then guess what? We both get better. Then you know what happens is that, bro, we could both eat really well as musicians. And I'm all about team musician not getting screwed over because it's always been that way. Musicians are always getting screwed over. And it doesn't have to be that way. Because just to give you some numbers, I think I looked it up. The guitar, let's see, just the guitar industry alone. Guitar industry GDP. I think I saw it was like in the trillions. In the US, it was 10.3 billion. Just the guitar market. Okay? So that's good to know. That means there's money there. And that's just guitar. That's not music. Music, let's see what the music industry GDP is. The music industry GDP is 170 billion, right? So if you look on YouTube, I think I saw YouTube has an average of like 5.3 billion users, unique users. Let's just say half of those are robots. So let's just say that there's 2.3 billion users on YouTube. Like the top YouTube channels only have 200 million subscribers, which is a huge number and a huge feat. But 200 million is nowhere near 5.3 or 2.3 billion. So the biggest thing that we're seeing, or the biggest thing that I'm seeing is, one, TV is dying, right? I don't have a TV subscription. I have subscriptions to like YouTube Premium, and that's really it. Honestly, I was bumming my mother-in-law's Netflix until they stopped it, and then my wife and I are like, we don't watch TV enough to justify it. And then we use her dish, right? It's because my wife likes to watch like The Bachelor. So this is important because what does that mean? Where is our generation putting their attention? Well, if you were like me, I'm on YouTube. I don't care to watch some dumb reality TV show. I want to watch Greg Koch or all of my guitar heroes teach and learn, right? Or watch like Doug. I love watching Doug's videos. He's a friend of mine now. We've connected over Facebook. Or, there's so many people, so many content creators that I've connected with that I like watching their content. I like to see what they're doing. So the biggest thing that I'm noticing though is the amount of ad money that people are paying on TV, and now you're seeing it where you got to think you're like an individual channel, and there are so many more consumers of content than there are content creators. So if you get into this game, NS, don't think it's too late. I would say right now, like if you're a musician and you're trying to become a professional musician and pay your bills doing what you love the most, it has never been a better time in history. It's just that you've got to learn the tools. The problem is like there's so much to juggle. Like dude, 2 weeks ago I was talking to one of my Patreon subscribers about it. Like I was on the verge of burnout because there's so much you have to manage. Like not only do I have to maintain my chops as a musician, not only do I have to study so I can become a better music producer, but I also have to learn how to edit video. I have to learn how to get my the thing I still struggle with. If you watch my videos now that I talk about it, listen to it. Volume. Controlling volume on a video where there's spoken dialogue and guitar, I haven't figured out, one, a way to streamline it, and two, a way to balance it. So you'll hear there's jumps, and that's me trying my best. That's me editing a video for 2 hours. I'm like, this is as much as I got because now I got to do homework, or now I got to create a Patreon lesson, or I got to do a post here. There's just so much. But the biggest thing, man, is that it's doable. It's doable. And like for me, I don't want overnight success because here's the thing, for motivation's sake, you don't want overnight success. If you have overnight success, that means that you've burned alive. You're not going to know how to like maintain that. So for me, I'm glad that I'm burning, or I'm glad that I'm growing at the rate I am, because I'm growing still very fast. Like, you'll be on here next week, and I'll probably have 1,500 subs if I can maintain my rate of growth. But I'm doing something that's sustainable for me, right? And I've been pushing really hard, and I about burned out. It took some like self-awareness where I journal. I'm like, man, I can't do 4 videos a week and everything else that I want to do in life. So I just want to say, man, like, stay with it. If you really want to do it, you can. Just know it's a marathon, but the more that I put myself out, there's more people like you and Busy Works Beats are really like will rally behind and support you. And it's crazy. You just got to be really clear, really honest with yourself, and really honest with your audience of whatever it is that you're trying to do. But I don't know, man. You kind of got me on a soapbox, but I love this stuff because this is what I want to do for a living. This is a dream job, and like the fact, like just to give you like real data points, so you know what I'm looking at, because I'm not paying my bills straight off of my music and my online presence. I'm getting closer, but most of my income is being a military veteran in college, right? And just odd and end jobs. But I became monetized last month, January, mid-January, and in 1 month of ads, Patreon, and affiliate marketing, because every time someone buys something from Gear by Siba, I get a kickback. Or if you buy my impulse response, I get a kickback. Last month I cleared $400, and I'm only at 1,200 subs. So you like that? Some people might look at that and be like, $400 for all that work, and be like, that's completely shut off. But then what I see is people like Agufish, what's his name, Mike Cole, whatever. All these guys that we look up to who have a ton of subs. Brother, they're probably crushing it. They're probably bringing in at least 10 grand a month. And again, it's not all about the money, but it is naive to do this with just thinking that there's no money to be made. Because it's at the same time, like, I don't want to come across as a sellout, but at the same time, I'm trying to make a career that I want to do, because I left my software job in December. And I'm blessed that I don't have any debt. My wife and we both have income coming in, and we can afford this lifestyle. I am just in the beginning of a new career thing, right? But anyways, Ines, that's a long-winded answer, and I probably need to get off here because my back is killing me. I need to go stretch. I've been working out, and I've tweaked it. Yeah, please do. And when you do, tag me. Share it to me somehow. Find me on Instagram or whatever, and I'll support you. I'll subscribe. I'll leave you a comment. Listen, as you start uploading this, you're going to see the game that's played. If you ever want to help out a video, and let's just say you don't want to buy merchandise or you don't want to subscribe to my Patreon, which I completely understand, the best way that you can support me is to share a video, like a video, and leave a comment. Like, play my game. Every time I post a video, 9 times out of 10 at the end, I say, hey, I want to know 1 or 2 things you're grateful for. Do that for me. Because what happens is, you're going to learn this. This is my software engineer brain kicking in. The algorithm is judging what's his engagement. If I can have high engagement and I get a lot of views, then it's going to continue to promote my content. And that helps. So if you ever want to support a video and you don't want to buy a piece of merchandise, which I got my cup here, I got a Telecaster hat, and I got a shirt. I got to wash it, though. It smells like vinegar. But that's the best thing you can do. And when you start posting content, I'll do the same. I'll put my money where my mouth's at. Let me know. Here, let me pull up YouTube on the chat so I can make sure I'm actually following you. I don't know if you're going to put it on this channel or what. But the other thing, man, is like, don't overthink it. The other thing, man. Here, I got you now. Let me go to your channel. Boom. I'm subscriber number 3. Remember that. Alright. I need to take a break. My back's killing me, brother. I need to go stretch. What a cool guitar. What a cool guitar. Should I change the strings on this? I don't know. They still look pretty good. They're not completely dull yet. But, alright. Well, hey, I'm going to jump off here. Thanks for hanging out. If you do want to support me, check out my Patreon. And I got a book coming out. I'm writing a book right now, too, NS. Because now I'm going to give you my plug, right? And this is the other part that you got to get comfortable doing. And it's so uncomfortable in my videos. Like, the first couple of times I did it, I was like, God damn it, I sound like a salesman. but you have to be. So whenever you start making your videos, think about one, what's your call to action? And you really have like the first 45 seconds is when people are going to decide if they're going to watch your video or not. Like my channel gets a high average amount of views because it's like I tell you what we're going to do, and then I try to limit my plug for like 30 seconds to 45 seconds. That's it. And then the rest of it is content. So when you're making your video, keep that in mind. In the first 30 seconds, you need to let your audience know what your call to action is. Hey, if you want to support this, like, I don't like saying the whole like, subscribe, ring the bell thing. That's why you always see, if you click on my video and dissect, now that I'm pointing all this stuff out, watch my videos and steal from me. Replicate. Because guess what? I'm doing it from other people. It's not like I'm Mr. Original. I mean, a lot of my stuff is original, but I'm not an idiot. I'll get you in a second, buddy. But do your call to action. So for me, if you want to stay in the loop, check out my Patreon. I got a book coming out that's going to show you all the technical details of when I upload a video, all the metadata that I plug in, how to do it, how to do this call to action, how to think like a content creator so you can really do your own content however you want. But it's just like I got to keep collecting data points before I can really teach it. But this is all that I know so far. And with this man, I got to go let my dog out before he poops his pants. And I'll see you. Reach out to me on Instagram. I love talking.